Hello everyone, myself Bhautik Trivedi, working as an assistant professor in IT/ICT department of LJ Institute of Engineering and Technology. I will explain you the concept of domain name system in advanced networking protocol subject. So let's start with the concept of domain name system in detail. So first of all, introduction about the domain name system. What is the meaning of domain name system? That is known as a DNS. So let's start with this. So first of all of you know there are mainly two type of layer in a networking. One that is known as a OSI model. Second one that is known as a TCP/IP model. So TCP/IP protocols generally using the IP address. Why we use the IP address? IP address is generally used for uniquely identify the host in a network. So here you just see to identify an entity. So TCP/IP protocol generally using the IP address. So why we use the IP address? It identifies the connection of a host to the internet. So generally people prefer the use the name instead of the addresses. So that's why one system in a networking that is known as a DNS. So that is generally used for the mapping purpose, that can directly map a name to an address and address to a name. So that is known as a domain name system. So again I repeat, what is the meaning of domain name system and why we use the DNS? DNS is generally used for mapping the name to the address and address to a name. So that's some introduction about the domain name system. Must remember three important parameters. First one, IP address. Why we use the IP address? Identify the connection of a host in the internet. And third one, that is used for the mapping to name to address and address to name. After that, DNS and how many types of domain you know. That's the second point here. So DNS, that is a one kind of protocol that can be used in a different platform. So in internet, the domain namespace. Here I creating a one tree that is known as a domain namespace, that is generally divided into three different domains. So first of all, whatever the talk that is totally related to domain name system. Then after that is divided into three category of the domain. One that is known as a generic domain. Second one that is known as a country domain. And third one that is known as a inverse domain. Again I repeat the name of the domain: generic domain, country domain, inverse domain. So let's start with the one by one domain in a detail. So let's start with this. So here you just see one diagram, that's the introduction. So one root is there, and this root is divided into three types of domain. One that is known as a inverse domain, second one that is known as a generic domain, and third one that is known as a country domain. So up to this, at least you know what is the meaning of domain name system, why we use the domain name system, and how many types of domain generally available in a network. So answer, mainly three domain: generic domain, country domain, and inverse domain. After that, here you just see generic domain. So what is the meaning of generic domain and what is the logic behind the generic domain? So generally generic domain that define the register host according to their behavior. According to their behavior means what? So some of the examples here you just see for the generic domain. So one that is the com. So what is the meaning of com? That is the commercial, according to the behavior. Second one that is the edu. Edu means educational. Third one that is the gov. Gov means government. Fourth one that is the MIF, that is for the military application. Then after the INT, that is the international organization. So here you just see the examples of the generic domain. So how you read the particular address generally? That is from the bottom to top. So here you just see one example: chad.ate.fhba.edu. So with using this, I can directly identify this particular address that belongs to educational institution. So that belongs to generic domain of the edu. So either that is for the commercial or from the edu or from the government or from the military. So after that, here you just see Already you know what is the meaning of generic domain. Generic domain means according to the behavior that define the different hosts. So here you just see some important labels and different description for that. First one, COM generally stands for commercial organization. EDU generally stands for educational institution. GOV stands for government institution. INT stands for international organization. MIS stands for military group. NET stands for network support centers, and ORG stands for non-profit organization. So this is about the concept of the generic domain. After that, domain number 2, that is the country domain. So must remember one thing, in generic domain generally supported the 3-letter abbreviation, but here only 2. Either that is from the India, so you directly write the IN. That's from the USA, you directly write the US. From the United Kingdom, you directly write the UK. So that's the different country domain. So what is the meaning of country domain? That follows the same format as the generic domain. Only change is that it using a 2-character country abbreviation. Example, IN for India. So must remember one thing, in country domain, again the same logic, that always read from the bottom to top. And the last one, that is IN, so you can directly say that this particular address from the India, this particular address from the USA, or this particular address from the United Kingdom. So according to the country domain, according to the IN, or according to the US, or according to the UK, you can directly set this. So this is the domain number 2. First one, that is the generic. Second one, that is the country. Domain number 3, that is the inverse domain. So inverse domain means what? The inverse domain is used to map an address to a name. So all of you know name to address, and if you want to go for the map from address to a name, so you can directly go for the inverse domain. So here you just see 2 type of examples. So one, that is from the name to address, and second one from the address to name. So if you want to apply the mapping from the address to name, so you can directly go for the inverse domain. So up to this, whatever the discuss, first one, introduction about the domain name system. Second one, how many types of domain you know? Mainly 3 types of domain. One, that is generic domain. Second one, that is the country domain. And third one, that is the inverse domain. After that, then after one concept in a domain name system, that is the hierarchy of the DNS server. So hierarchy of the DNS server, and all of you know, whenever you talk about the hierarchy, so at that time most important thing, that is the root node. So first one, that is the root DNS server. Root DNS server is generally divided into 3 parts. One, that is the COM DNS server. Second one, that is the ORG DNS server. And third one, that is the EDU DNS server. COM, all of you know what is the full form of COM, that is the commercial. ORG means organization, and EDU means educational. So ORG DNS server again divided into 2 types. One, that is the yahoo.com. Second one, that is the amazon.com, because all of you know Yahoo and all of you know the concept of the Amazon. Then after ORG, so any organizational institution example, and EDU, so that is the different educational, and the ORG means that's the different organization. So this is the hierarchy of the DNS server. So topmost, that is the root, then after that is divided into the different server, and then after this. After that, then after one most important topic in this particular session, that is the message format of the DNS message. So at least you know each and every parameter properly, then you know about the concept of each and every parameter. So whenever you talk about the DNS message format, so DNS message format, first field, that is the identification. Second field, that is the flag. Third field, that is the number of question. Fourth field, number of answer RR. RR means what? RR means resource record. So number of answer resource record, number of authority resource record, number of additional resource record. So here resource record is divided into 3 types. First one, answers resource record, authority resource record, and additional resource record. After that, 1, 2, 3 and 4 different compartment. One compartment that is belonging to the questions, one compartment that is belonging to the answers, one compartment that is belonging to the authority, and one compartment that belonging to the additional information. So whenever you talk about the question, so must remember one thing, that's the variable number of questions. Same way, variable number of answer, but here answer can be treated as resource record, authority variable number of resource record, and additional information variable number of resource record. So here whenever you talk about the question, so question that supported the name and type field for a query, means that is in a query format. Answer, so that is in a one kind of response format, but response in terms of the resource record. Authority, records for authorizing servers, and additional information generally useful for the future purpose. So this is the DNS message format. So at least you know each and every compartment properly. Again I repeat, first one identification, second one flag, third one number of question, fourth one number of answer RR, number of authority RR, number of additional RR, then after question, answer, authority and additional. So after that, one by one identify what is the meaning of each and every parameter. So let's start with this. So first of all, what is the meaning of identifier here? Identifier is generally used for to identify the query. Identifier is generally used for to identify the query. Second one, flag. Flag supported the two value, either that is 0 or 1. If the value is equal to 0, so that is for the query. If the value is equal to 1, that is for the reply. After that, questions, answer. What is the meaning of question here? Question means what? It contains the information about the query that is being made. Means which particular query, what's the information in this particular query, that's the part of the questions. Answer section means what? It contains the resource record for the name that was originally query. Means whatever the query pass and what's the answer of this particular query, that's the part of the answer section. After that, authority section. Authority section contains the information or records of different authoritative servers. And the last one, that is the additional section. So why we use the additional section here? That is generally used for other helpful records. So must remember one thing, whenever you talk about the DNS message format, that is generally focused on the 4 important parts. Here again you just see, one that is the question, one that is the answer, one that is the authority, and one that is the additional server. So that's all about the concept of the DNS message format. After that, FQDN and PQDN. So what is the meaning of that? FQDN and PQDN. So FQ means fully qualified domain name and PQDN means partially qualified domain name. Fully qualified domain name means what? Starting from the bottom up to the root. So you can directly say that is the fully qualified. Partially qualified domain name means starting from the bottom but not up to the root. So that is known as a partially qualified domain name. Here you just see one example, challenger.ate.fhda.edu. So here that supported the different 4 labels. One that is the challenger, one that is the ATE, one that is the FHDA, and one that is the EDU. So different labels here. With using this you can directly create a FQDN and PQDN. So here you just see FQDN means what? So that is the fully qualified domain name. The definition of the fully qualified domain name is that if a label is terminated by a null string, if a label is terminated by a null string, you can directly say that is the FQDN. So here you just see, so FQDN means that's a one kind of domain name that contains the full name of a host. It contains all the labels from the most specific to the most general, and with using this you can directly identify, uniquely define the name of the host. So that is about the case for the FQDN. After that, second one, that's the one example for the FQDN, means challenger.ate.fhda.edu. So that's the one example for the fully qualified domain name. Means, again I repeat the definition, FQDN means what? FQDN means the domain name that contains the full name of a host and that is always terminated by a null string. Means start from the bottom up to the root. After that, another one concept, PQDN. So what is the meaning of PQDN? Partially qualified domain name. So if a label is not terminated by a null string, it is called as a partially qualified domain name. Means, for example, challenger.ate. So that's the example for the PQDN. ate.fhda, that's the example of the PQDN. So PQDN starts from a node, but it does not reach the root. Must remember one thing, PQDN starts from a node but does not reach the root. That's the difference between the FQDN and PQDN. So let's start with this. So if a user at jhda.edu, so that's the one example of the PQDN, and site want to get the IP address of the challenger computer, so he or she can define the partial name challenger. So that's the concept of the FQDN and PQDN. So that's the one last diagram. So here you just www, that's the example of the PQDN, and full path, that is the example of the FQDN. So in today's session, must remember three important topics. First one, start with the concept of the domain name system and introduction of the domain name system. Then after the talk about the different types of domain. So mainly three types of domain: generic domain, country domain, and third one, that is the inverse domain. Then after talk about the domain DNS message format, and then after talk about the FQDN and PQDN with using some example. So that's all about the today's session. Thank you for watching.